Oh! What it do, ski? It's your boy Thale34. What's going on, SG fam? Today we are diving into what I'm going to consider the first real episode of season 7. I take that back. Well, this is like the new status quo. Pretty much after the events of the season 6 finale and the season 7 premiere, two-parter, Daniel has returned. Jonas Quinn has left the chat, ladies and gentlemen. There goes a real one. It sucks to see him go. However, he did fulfill what he wanted to do. He got to explore, he got to learn, he got to mesh and mingle with Atari and ultimately save his people, go back to his homeworld, so it's a little bittersweet. That being said, I'm super excited to see how the team dynamic's going to be now that Daniel's back in the mix. I'm super hyped about that. And let's see what else is popping on today at the SGC. But we've got Anubis, we've got the Ancients, we've got the Ghouls. Let's see how this one goes. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And with that being said, let's dive right into it, baby. Yeet.
Tried to enter the base using this.
Enter the base using that. Entering the base using that.
Not Major. Open it.
Who would know her? Guy who made the mini gate? Oh. Who the fuck is this guy?
That coffee I asked for.
Her neighbor?
Do I?
Oh my god. I think I get the gist of this. By the attitude, the way he's talking to Carter, that sounds like fucking what's his name? Rodney. He somehow got his age got reversed. Bet. Who else could it be? Think about it. Who else could there really be? That wasn't much to run off of anyway.
We tried to contact Colonel O'Neill, even sent someone to his house.
Impersonating anyone.
Is it Jack? Oh shit!
I am Jack O'Neill.
Oh my god! I'm so thick. I am thicker than a Snicker. See, I was close. Damn it! The attitude made me think it was him, but not. Damn, I should have bet it was Jack. That makes more sense. Jack, how'd you get in this predicament?
Hot chocolate?
Huh.
Are you kidding?
Because you're Colonel O'Neill.
Exactly.
He's got the dog tags. He's got
Look,
oversized.
last night I ate some dinner, and Fraser, run some tests, find a cure, make me big again. Okay, you want proof? Carter, Daniel, until recently you were an ascended being. You got yourself kicked out of the Omidasala fan club and had your memory lost your snakes in a Gould ambush.
Yep.
Had your Tritonin yet this morning?
This is indeed O'Neill.
How could this child possess such knowledge?
Also, is Daniel just like fully back to normal, or are you still taking some time with that?
Now regressed more than 30 years
I
overnight.
mean, he's aged before. Yeah.
Name but one.
Man, the time we all swapped bodies.
Why don't we move on to the testing portion?
Boy's DNA is virtually identical to Colonel O'Neill's. For all intents and purposes, it's him.
Tiny abnormality, like the fact that he's suddenly quite a few years younger than he's supposed to be.
Is it
We've
like
got
a
some
delayed
specialists
effect?
flying in.
Maybe?
We're gonna run more tests.
Comfortable as possible.
From a
I'll go
previous
set up a
episode?
PlayStation.
I'll go set up a PlayStation.
And being trapped inside a scrawny little body isn't my idea of cute, Carter.
Do you not experience increased health and vitality?
My vitality was just fine, thank you.
Live our lives over.
Yeah, well, I don't plan on staying like this.
Well, try enjoying this as much as we are. Sir?
I want some answers. I don't know. What, the man really just woke up like this and tealed again with fire tracksuit. Yeah, matches up with the claim. He had some beers and some nuts, some Chinese.
Well, if they find MSG, I will never order from them again. Come on, what are we doing here exactly?
Well, this is the last place you remember being.
Are you conducting some sort of scientific experiment, O'Neill?
Hey, come on, that salsa's still good.
What was the last thing you ate?
Oh, whoa. Thor?
Or the Asgard paid me a little visit last night.
He got abducted, huh? And experimented on.
This you remember. My birthday you forget.
But we're allies now. We've cooperated with them on a number of missions.
A different faction,
This,
probably?
I would not have agreed to.
I'm sure you can impart any information she needs to know to fill in the gap.
But, I mean, I'm the one who
Good.
Sorry, Jack. You're benched.
woke up as part of the MTV generation.
Which is exactly why Major Carter's going to handle that brief. The bottom line is, a
You're
room
not
full
the
of
same
seasoned
height.
pilots aren't going to respect the opinion of a boy. But under the circumstances, there's nothing I can do. I'm sorry.
Here we go.
What exactly are we looking for, Daniel Jackson?
Well, any abduction accounts that match Jack's story and,
Let's see if any of these match Jack's story exactly what he said he saw. 4 green lights. The narrowed down accounts, the most recent is from
19 years ago.
I guess we'll know when we learn it.
Interceptor aircraft, reverse engineered from Goa'uld technology.
Previous hyperspace window missions, didn't he, Major?
Correct.
What's your point? Which I am more than qualified to explain in detail. So let's just stay focused. You can release him.
I'll forego the charges for assaulting a superior officer.
Could have taken him.
I'm sure.
Sorry, I'm late.
His
What'd I
O'Neillisms
miss?
are on point.
We were just covering the
I realize that it doesn't actually say Colonel anywhere on my uniform, but it should.
yes, sir.
I'll straighten up so quick.
Now, so the real trick is knowing your enemy, so you can anticipate their next moves.
Well, it proved my story true, and a light appeared in my room and took me.
Took you where?
There. Yet.
It's dark, cold. Green, glowing balls that floated around me.
They left him alone for a long while.
Could you ask Professor Wu if he actually saw who was speaking?
The head looks a little bit more aggressive than Thor.
But they all described 4
Cue
green
X-Files
glows that
music.
defy gravity, buzzing around them like...
Well, if help is coming, it better arrive soon.
It's open. I think I'm getting another zit. And, oh, yeah, I'm still a kid. How bad can it be?
Something
dying?
is happening to your body at the cellular level.
Uh-oh.
You're dying.
He's de-aging too quickly. He's gonna be in a diaper by the last act.
From the replicators, and as a thanks, they shrink me and leave me to die.
The lack of communication, too, after that, it's gotta be a different factor. Similar
Thanks for
creatures.
coming. I'm sure it'll
Yo,
help
Jacob!
directly from you.
What could anyone possibly hope to gain from this?
Can we just, you come all this way just to say goodbye?
At this point, I'm here to recommend...
You want to freeze me?
Colonel, we're not talking about cryogenics as we know.
Yeah,
Wanna
well,
put 'em on
I've been
ice?
down this road with the Toker before.
But you need to make a decision. We have a team standing by. We may not be able to reverse the cellular breakdown.
Alright, I guess he's gonna have
Colonel,
to go
please.
get frozen. I mean, that... You're not gonna just let yourself go like that. You're gonna take the chance. I would.
Think you'll do it?
That's facts. Oh. Goddamn, Jack. Okay, you made it out.
With any luck, they'll find him soon.
Sir, there's something you all need to see.
The school night for crying out loud.
How about
For crying out loud.
Harley?
Old friend?
Excuse me?
You served in Operation Proven Force out of Injulik, right?
Yeah, during the Gulf.
My uncle knew a lieutenant back from the war. Yeah, said he was a stand-up guy. But yeah, Uncle Jack's been like a father to me, you know, since my folks died. It's not that old either.
Well, tell him Harley said to watch his 6.
Hey, yeah.
Am I getting me a six-pack, by the way?
Speaking of 6, little favor.
He isn't dying?
He is dying, but we think we know the cause.
This is not Colonel O'Neill.
Whoa, it's a
Wait.
clone?
He's a clone.
Oh! That makes a little bit more sense, too, because the whole idea of the Asgard cloning themselves and their DNA. So they were dipping and diving in our pool. That's what we're doing. So where's Jack, then? I mean, he's got all his memories down pat. That's kind
I
of
see.
crazy. That's kind of opening up a can of worms.
No word yet on... Please enlighten me.
It's a
We
major
know that the
security
Asgard
risk.
clone themselves.
Solve the problem of diminishing returns in their cloning technology.
Mm-hmm.
What does this have to do with Colonel O'Neill?
As far as we can tell, none of them are clones.
Okay.
Which means
Well, in all likelihood,
you think whoever took the real Colonel O'Neill is going to return him?
it's all we've got, sir.
We don't know what the time
We're hoping
frame
the fact
is.
that Colonel O'Neill's, if they try to switch.
Are you saying if we don't track down the young duplicate, we may not get the real Colonel O'Neill back?
We wish to apprehend the Asgard responsible.
Intercepting the next switch may be our only shot.
He says it has to do with Colonel O'Neill.
Patch him through.
Yes, sir.
Unless you brought beer, that's close enough.
Lieutenant Colonel Beck called General Hammond and placed you in the area. Sam's just gonna come right out and say it.
How do you break it to him that you're a clone?
You have been cloned, O'Neill.
What?
Let the existential crisis begin.
That's
Guys,
not your real anything.
you gotta handle
I'm
it
sorry.
a little bit better than this, Daniel.
Well, that's what we hope to find out. But we need your help.
Who I am, but as far as I'm concerned, I am. Oh. I see. You don't care as long as you get the original back.
Clone Dilemmas 101.
Perhaps the Asgard responsible can correct it.
You're never gonna intercept one of those Asgard beams. The only chance you have at capturing this guy.
Is Heimdall doing some experiments or something? Like, what's...
How's that?
Azad is the answer. I love it.
Gardy, you still got your ears on?
Yes, sir.
Sure, I'll figure it out.
Oh. Beamed up. There's our boy.
Colonel, you all right?
Jack.
Well, think about the secrets now that clone
Jack.
has. The
O'Neill.
Asgard's got. They've been compromised. Heavy.
What are you all doing in my bedroom?
Do not be afraid.
Who's Mans? Oh.
Far right jewel thingy.
Yeah, I was having the weirdest dream.
Whoa.
You know, I'm really much taller than I think.
Colonel O'Neill, meet
Colonel O'Neill.
Colonel O'Neill.
What's going on? We're pretty sure this clone.
Asgard.
How long was I asleep?
Believe me, if you think it's weird, imagine how I feel being the copy.
Alright, we need some answers, please.
He is awakened.
Yo, we used to think the Asgard were top tier in the universe, eh? Now we're intercepting their ships, catching them while they're lacking.
What's happening?
Time
We were kind of
surge.
hoping you could tell us.
And I find out you stole my ass and made a mini me.
Why don't you tell us who you are?
Sorry?
According to Norse mythology, that's the god of mischief.
Oh, Loki. Ah, I thought
What
you
did
said
you want
Uki,
with Colonel
huh?
O'Neill?
Loki. Okay, that makes
I have
sense.
nothing more to.
We just saved your flat little white asses from the replicators. This is the
Okay,
thanks
they're
we
getting
get.
all the
Hey, at least you're gonna
all
live.
the people from the mythos.
What?
All the clones suffered the same fate, performing unsanctioned experiments on humans.
Yep.
What, you've got sanctioned ones?
Instead of courage, some might call it a lack of morality.
Our population, your bodies, are similar to our original form thousands of years ago. Was unsuccessful.
So much for massively superior intellect.
I was gonna say that.
I was going. He was the one.
Me?
Us?
I believe,
'Cause
Mine?
this is what?
Stop it.
from the ancients' repository
Yes,
of knowledge, that would
that's
not be
very
possible for any human. O'Neill is legendary. Most
Oh,
recently,
shit!
The Asgard fleet, the replicators, and
Legendary.
subsequent relocation. I do not regret my actions.
This guy took a 5-year break.
I am trying to save my.
This is cool. That was
You
a
call Thor on this thing?
yeah.
Please, do not.
He
We've already
shook.
tried contacting.
Oh, he's about to get aired out.
Alright, how long are we going?
It's hard to stop.
Actually, no. Never mind.
Well, it's about time.
Look who it is.
Loki, what have you done? You should have known O'Neill's genetic coding was safeguarded for his own protection.
Excuse me?
Protection.
Any attempts at genetic manipulation.
Huh.
The abnormality.
That's why the clone didn't mature. Is it true that Colonel O'Neill is the key to solving your cloning problems?
The missing link we have been searching for still eludes us,
I'm sorry.
but rather a result of Loki's inept methods. There was no need for the clones to survive.
Daniel, you don't want to chime in here? You're usually the guy too. You still got his training wheels on.
Look, Thor.
You wish your clone to live?
You can't just let me die.
He's just a kid.
Are you certain, O'Neill?
I mean, you had a robot version of yourself going around. That came back to bite you in the ass.
Very well. He should continue to mature at a normal human rate.
Okay, we'll have 2 Jacks. Perfect. give him a couple years. He'll be running his own SG squad.
Thanks.
You know what? Thor owes us enough favors at this point. I'm not upset.
You sure about this?
I've thought a lot about it. I mean, we never really did embrace high school. I don't know, haven't you ever just wanted to go back and do it all over again? I mean, especially with all you know now? Well, from here on in, you and me are different.
Is this
Which is why I'm gonna do this.
Staying? Wait.
Don't worry, I wasn't gonna keep in touch.
Yeah, just be a little
Weird.
Yeah.
weird.
Oh, it's funny. He said Buffy. This is giving me Buffy vibes. Wow, that's odd.
But look, if you need anything, just,
I don't know. Buffy's
you know,
outside.
Air Force has set me up.
Yes. Go forth, young man.
how I feel about this decision. It's literally just turned into like an early season of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What the fuck? That was one of the most bizarre endings to an episode of Stargate SG-1. Truly. And that was my reaction video to Stargate SG-1, y'all. This one is season number 7, episode number 3. We got quite a few things that were thrown into this one here. We had clones, it being pretty, you know, integral. Maybe integral is a bit of a stretch, but an important episode with regards to the cloning of the Asgards, which we learned about not too long ago there. We also got to have the callback to when O'Neill, that information dumped onto him in, I think it was season 2. And now that sort of impacted his DNA, and that seems like it's going to be coming back to some capacity there. This marker that was put into him, leading to all of these mishaps happening with a clone, thanks to Loki there. And I also loved how they included another, you know, staple like Loki. We had Heimdall introduced, I think it was a season and a half ago. Now we have Loki. Obviously, we have Thor, so I'm loving how we're keeping that going there. And I thought this was a fun episode here. I enjoyed, they didn't go super hard in terms of the, I guess, the ethical dilemma in terms of, you know, what do we do with a clone? And I also liked the build up to this episode, a reverse age of a different character turned out to actually just be Jack, and I think they had some fun with this here. The guest performance by the young man who played Jack did a pretty good job, honestly. I think the child performances in the show have been pretty hit and miss, but I think this was definitely one of the hits. Really nailed some of the O'Neillisms, as I had commented on, and it did feel like I was watching a younger version of Jack, so he nailed that part of it. I also enjoyed seeing the SGC all just sort of messing around with him, trying to figure out, like, is this actually Jack? And then going through the shenanigans of having a younger version of Jack there, him trying to go get alcohol, him on his own, everybody sort of running around trying to find him in the SGC. Thought it made for a fun, interesting episode in that first, I guess, third. And the second third, obviously, in that, I guess, that middle third, focusing on the Asgards, the abduction plots, and how do we reverse these side effects once we realize he's actually dying there. I like the decision to have him stay alive. What does this mean for the future now? Because that was like the biggest whammy to me when they decided to, 1, keep him alive at the end of this, but 2, have him go to school. In the back of my mind, I'm like, are they just gonna let him live his life like completely separate? Like, are the Asgards gonna take him? Is he gonna like sort of go to space school or go on and maybe get on a Stargate and go somewhere else? But nope, they just throw him in a regular high school to live out their dreams, and that was sort of an ongoing thread. And Carter commented on that earlier episode, like, wouldn't you want to go back and live your life and do it all over again? But I mean, yes, but I would want to do it in the context of the same time period. I don't know if I want to be in a new period with a knowledge of my, you know, if I'm 50 years old or whatever, you know what I'm saying, however old Jack is at this time. Would I want to go back and live as a teenager and live out my whole life and not, you know, I think the answer would be no. I don't think so. If I could go back in time and be back at whatever 15, I don't think I would, man. I think in the context of Stargate SG-1, this was an ending that I would not have seen coming, in the tone, the sort of uplifting like teenage bop at the end, him just driving off to school. It was a bizarre ending, but one that I kind of liked. I don't know, it's something about it just didn't fit SG-1, but it almost made sense within this story, which I was giving a thumbs up to. But between the I guess some of the lore expansion with the Asgards and the idea of this like rogue scientist Loki, just all the shenanigans that transpire with Jack, I thought this is a fun and interesting episode of SG-1 for myself personally. But guys, what do you think about this one? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to smack the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, guys. But with that being said, y'all, I will see you all in the next one. Love you guys. Peace.